Alright, what's up guys? Chaz here bringing you guys an episode of Grenade versus Semtex. And what I'm going to be doing is showing the differences between the MW3 grenade for frags and Semtex's, even versus the grenades and frags for Semtex, or whatever Semtex is for Black Ops. So you can see kind of a different way of between each games and get a better feel for them because the throwing of the grenades in this game is a lot different. So it is gonna take some getting used to. I'm gonna be doing this live so you guys get a better concept of what I'm trying to say and you know what the differences are. And I'm gonna be killing myself quite a bit, so I have tack insertions. I'm gonna jump myself down the well, and that's it. So getting right into it, the frags in this game throw like rocks. They're like smooth rocks that roll over the floor, and they seem heavy. When you throw them, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna feel like a weight. When you try to throw it, it's gonna come hard. The throwing power in this game is ridiculous. You throw grenades a lot farther. Um, it's not too bad, but considering that the maps are a lot bigger, I think that's why they had to do it. So if you're gonna use frags, it's gonna take some mastering. So throwing this uh, right off there, it's gonna blow up right now. Okay, so as you can see, it rolls quite a bit differently. As opposed to the Black Ops grenade, it probably would have rolled to like right there. This one rolled all the way over here. It probably would have rolled farther if I didn't cook it a little bit, but you guys get the idea. So, uh, killing myself again. Here's another one. Throwing it straight up. And look at that. It comes down and it blows all the way over there. That's really far for just throwing a grenade straight up. If you played Black Ops, you'll know that the grenade will fall over here, maybe a little farther, but in the general area, it won't go all the way over there like this one did. And and the reason for that is because of the throwing power, of course. It takes less arch off the grenade and it pushes it a lot farther. So if you're going to do a grenade like that and you're trying to throw grenades across the map, obviously grenades will be, throwing it over buildings to get into different spots. So eventually we're going to have a lot more nades for like grenades and killing people farther away. But the frag in this game obviously is probably looked down upon, probably thought to be the lesser of the two, and I don't think so. I think the game is balanced, or the frags are balanced in that sense, because if you have a frag, you can throw it off walls, you can you can cook it, you can do a lot of things with a frag grenade. But and if you played Black Ops, you would know that the frag was a lot more used than the Semtex was. And in MW2, the Semtex was used a lot more than the frag was. And I would think that's because the throwing power and all that. So if you're not good or you don't like the way that you throw grenades in this game, you're obviously going to have to practice with it. It's going to take some playing with, toying around with, knowing what works and what doesn't. Obviously, when you throw this grenade, it's gonna throw and it's gonna like beam out of your hand. So you don't want to do it like that. You want to, maybe cook it a little bit, throw it a little further down than you really normally would, and you'll be able to throw it a lot smoother, or aim it to the area that you want it to be at. Um, but that's pretty much it for frag grenades. Let me get into Semtexes now. So here we are, Semtex grenade. Yeah. And Semtexes will are probably the easier to use out of all of them. Um, and Black Ops, they came off rather slow, not very effective unless you were playing domination. They were probably the second choice or the less popular opinion. But frags in Black Ops did take skill to use, knowing how to cook them, and the many grenade spots that there were on Black Ops to throw and use or whatever. But getting into the Semtex, obviously the throwing power is pretty much the same. Uh, it's not very hard to use. You can aim it better, and that's because there's no rolling on the grenade, and that's not a bad thing. So obviously the first thing to use would probably be a Semtex. You guys don't want to toy around with the frag grenade. The Semtex is obviously the best opinion or best choice. Um, Reason being is obviously because of the aiming on the grenade itself. You don't have to aim it too much. You just have to throw it. You just, you see that over there. You throw it. Maybe you probably don't even have to jump anymore in this game. In Black Ops, you have to jump a lot to throw grenades farther. But since the throwing power in this game is a lot, different, you probably just have to, release, and it'll go where you want it to go. Obviously, I probably have to jump to hit it from there, but if I was in the original spot where I threw it last time, I wouldn't have had to jump. Uh, but obviously, you can see that the throwing power has increased in all the grenades, but the frag is obviously harder to use. It takes practice, and you probably have to change the way you threw the grenade in the previous game. Oh my, I'm fucking dumbass. Killed myself without putting the attack insertion, but I pretty much got what I had to say down here. It's not, like I said before, it's all going to be up to preference, what you think you want to use. I think, personally, if you learn to master the frag grenade, it's going to be a lot more effective than a Semtex. But, and obviously, in quicker situations, the Semtex is better. But obviously, because it doesn't blow up or it doesn't take time to cook. You don't have to cook it, you just throw it and it blows up. It's easier to aim. So even with the throwing power, it's an easy adjustment than the frag grenade will be. So take what you can from this. Hope you guys enjoy.